welcome to today's tutorial video. My name is Mickey, aka Cookie Dough. I'll be talking about the basics of recalibrating your gear. Please keep in mind this is not a build video, it's going to strictly revolve around what you should roll on what gear pieces. Now, I get asked the same question multiple times in all my streams. Cook, how do I roll my gear? What rules should I look for? And even sometimes, hey, can we share play? And can you use my PS4 and the share play option to roll my gear for me? I am even okay to do that, but the issue is no one really pays attention to what I'm doing, and they'll just wait for the final product and off they go to murder some people in the DZ or kill some NPCs in the PvE world, which I'm okay with. But usually when I do that, nobody actually gets to understand how to roll the gear, which is the purpose that's going to be behind this video. And the best way to learn is a hands-on experience, and you can use this video as a reference towards any gear set that there is. And with that being said, I hope that this video helps. All builds are very similar nowadays, regardless of what you're running, as you'll see further into the video, so this applies to pretty much everything. So let's dive right in. In this video, I'll be working with 4-piece Predator set, along with a specialized backpack and Savage gloves. Let's take a look at this chest piece first. It's got a base roll of 1200 stamina, 4% health on kill, 7% protection from elites, and 25% increased kill XP. It's not a very good chest piece at all, as it's also no ammo capacity, but let's fix it the best way that we can. The most important thing in the division we have to stay alive at the present moment is armor, and you need your armor as high as you can get it. I could have used amazingly rolled pieces of gear to show you guys, but let's face it, god rolls are not a common occurrence. Now for this particular piece, the best thing to roll off would be protection from elites, and we can roll that to armor. Now you want to get approximately 1225 armor or higher. Obviously the higher you can go, the better it is. So let's give it a shot and roll this 7% protection from elites off and hope for a good armor roll. The first thing we get here is 1240 armor, which is absolutely perfect. It's very high. It's not a lot higher you can go, and this is perfect. We're not min-maxing our gear, so we're going to keep this. Moving on to the mask. Now the mask is one item you can have towards your liking and doesn't require a static roll that everyone is going to have, such as armor on 4 of the 6 gear pieces. Now on this item, some people would prefer skill power, others would pick health, maybe even health on kill, and even hell EDR nowadays, especially with strong Seeker Mine builds. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to pick crit hit chance because, let's be honest, you can never have enough DPS. If by a chance you get the main stat of your choice as well as the major attribute of your choice, you can also roll for enemy armor damage as a minor attribute, which is amazing to have because it now affects PvP that has a damage modifier of 0.3. So let's roll for enemy armor damage, since our main stat and major attributes are pretty decent. Enemy armor damage isn't too hard to get as there's not a lot of options in the slot. As you can see, there's only 5, so it shouldn't consume too many credits. The next item on the list is the knee pads, which is yet another item that requires an armor roll similar to that of a chest piece. Once again, we need to aim for about 1225 armor or higher. Now the knee pads can have a lot of various minor attribute rolls, which are actually very integral to, especially when you're min-maxing your gear, which I'll make another video of maybe next week. Anyways, in regards to these minor attributes, my favorites are bleed and shock resistance, as well as the #1 favorite in 1.5, enemy armor damage. Now if you were blessed by RNGesus, he gave you a solid main stat roll with an enemy armor damage roll, so you can get a very high armor roll on him. The backpack. Aside from a lot of these gear items rolling electronic rolls, backpacks are pretty easy actually to recalibrate. After you get the main stat of your choice, such as firearms or stamina, and if you really want electronics on it, I mean, whatever you want. Once you get the main stat of your choice, all you really got to do is roll armor as a major attribute. It's that easy. If you were blessed by RNGesus yet again, and you have a very high armor roll in your backpack, you can roll armor capacity as a minor attribute, which does come in very handy, but as I explained, 1.5 ammo drops are very easily acquired from killing NPCs, so it's not that big of a deal, but if you really want it, you can get it on there. But I would still suggest rolling your main stat really a lot higher, as high as you can get it. You want to aim for anything that's over 2150 as an overall armor roll on a backpack, but 2200 or higher would be absolutely amazing, and if you can get that, thumbs up to you. Now, gloves are pretty standard as well since they provide a huge DPS boost. All builds will generally have the same rolls on this gear piece, aside from the D3 defensive set, which will be the only exception to the case. Now for all other builds, it's pretty simple. What you want after you get your main stat is crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and weapons damage. And by weapons damage, I mean the primary weapon that you will be using. And more often than not, you'd be surprised how many people choose weapons damage of something that they are not using. Don't ask me why, but it is what it is. With that being said, so if you're rolling around with an SMG, you want SMG damage, or if you have an assault rifle, you want assault rifle damage on there. So aim to get gloves with all 3 rolls, as well as gloves that have 950 or higher armor. The holster is a very easy piece of gear to roll. Very, very, very easy. This item is special in its own way though. It provides all 3 main stats as opposed to 1 main stat as you see on the 5 other gear pieces that you have. A great holster can make a significant difference for your overall stats and attributes. Once you find a holster of your choice and your liking, it's very simple. The next and only step that you have to do is roll armor onto it. However, if you have yet again been blessed by the touch of RNGesus and you have a very solid armor roll already on it, you can opt to roll one of the 3 main stats as high as you can get it. Usually you would choose the lesser of either the firearms or stamina roll. In this case, the stamina roll on this was very low, so we are going to re-roll it to as high as we can get it, and going to move forward since the armor roll itself is fairly decent. Well, that was it for the basics of recalibrating your gear. I just want to reiterate this video only serves to teach what rolls you should have in your gear pieces, not min-maxing those rolls. And it's not a build video. So before you say that you have low rolls or low armor, keep in mind this was just to teach you the essentials as to what you need on each item. Another point I just want to make before we end this video is that toughness is a very tricky thing. If you can manage to hit approximately 6k firearms and 6k stamina, give or take a bit from each end depending on how you want your build to be, and anywhere close to even 13,000 armor, you're going to do just fine in the DZ or even farming in World Tier 5. Just keep in mind, in order to hit that armor mitigation, follow the guide that I just outlined, and also all your gear mods should have armor rolls on them, whether they're stamina or firearms. Until toughness is changed in this game, the chest piece, the backpack, the knee pads, and the holster must have mandatory armor rolls on them. There's just no other way around this, guys. I don't know what to tell you. As I pointed out earlier, toughness is still broken and very seriously needs to be addressed very, very soon. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and it was informative and helps you improve your gaming experience. If you have any questions, please post in the comment section below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and as always, if you want to see more streams or content, don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time. Take care.